my brother, for example, started recently working at a bar, and there's this guy who's the exact same age as me who's working there at the bar, who kind of left uni and just kind of went to go work in the local
Oh
pub.
yeah.
My brother's doing it for a bit of cash so he can go traveling, and he's like observing this guy, and this guy's like same age as me, but he's still working in the same pub he worked
Yeah.
at when he was like 21.
Yeah.
And he drinks every day. He's dating a girl he met at the pub who's like a few years younger than him, and there's no plans to leave this place. Like,
Yeah.
in my view, that's busy dying.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like, because he, like, it's like it's very judgmental in a way, like,
Yeah.
because that's my definition of like what I would be happy with. But if I was
yeah,
living that life,
exactly.
that would be a living hell for me.
Yeah.
Like, just in the same place, like no growth, no like capacity to learn more, like gain new skills, to like have more leverage, to like be more productive. Like, the unit economic of like me spending 1 hour doing something becoming more and more valuable over time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, I'm just like fascinated with this idea. Actually, I really want to talk about it more because I don't think I agree. I think that him doing that and him being satisfied and fulfilled by doing that is actually the best thing that could happen, because I think, have a culture where actually there's a one size fits all definition of what success means, and basically by us looking at that guy that's working at the bar, we think, well, according to my definition of success, that he's not basically fulfilling that. And but then what happens if he is like sort of made to feel guilty about his choices in life, and that he basically, well, he's like, okay, fuck it, I'm going to leave and I'm going to work somewhere else then, or get a
and
job
he's
in the city.
miserable.
Then that pub in that village or town is basically doesn't have a bartender anymore, or at least not one that's sufficiently competent enough. I'm sure he knows the locals' names. I'm sure he's known by the locals. I'm sure if he's managed to maintain a job for like 4 or 5 years, then he must be, good at it. And actually, what's not to say that it's not actually having knock-on positive effects the to the village, actually, which is a positive thing. And so I think that him being there can actually facilitate growth in a very subtle way.
I mean, for me, I'm talking from myself. Like,
Yeah,
there's lack of personal growth there, right?
but he's
And
got a girlfriend that he met at the pub.
yeah, he's fine. Like,
Yeah,
maybe the guy's miserable. Who knows? Maybe like doesn't like
maybe.
it.
But like, assume that he's not though.
I
Like,
assume that he's not.
there's not like.
But the interesting thing I think that happened was my brother came to me and saw this guy, and he saw this guy's trajectory,
Yeah,
and was like, "Wow, that's kind of sad." In a way, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I think that's typical thinking of people who are natural problem solvers, because I used to think like
There's
about
definitely got to be
like
a place in society for people who want to do that.
absolutely there,
And
and there has to
I'm
be
a freedom person.
like
I think
people that like want to clean toilets, people that want to like they'll do the bins on like
I'm
every
also
Thursday.
not
Like,
judgmental, by the way,
I
about like
know.
what people choose to do.
I know, but what I'm saying is, and I think you agree, which is like there's absolutely like there's a need for people to adopt those jobs, and I think what happens are people are like, well, come on, mate, you should like that job is a like people look at these jobs as temporary jobs, and that they should be fulfilled by people that are at a certain stage in life, but then at some point they
Like a proper
graduate
job.
from that,
Yeah.
and they're not working a proper job. Exactly. But I think what we want to get to is a stage in society where those jobs are actually able to be fulfilled by people that are happy doing that like forever, and that they're able to sustain a girlfriend and a family with those jobs.
Yeah.
And using your equation of what sustain means, that meaning that they're growing in their life by having that job, that job is allowing them to
Have a family.
have a family and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that I mean that's what it used to be like.
I think the thing.
Why can't we? And I think the aim for our society is to actually get to a position where people can actually grow a family, start a family, and grow in their life by being a barman for the rest of their life.
I know